The West is going to be a dogfight this season, dog. West is going to be, holy shit, the West is deep. Like, there's going to be a team that's left out that you thought going into the season was a clear playoff team. But once we actually look at these names, yo, the West is deep as fuck, dog. Deep as hell. So let's start off here. As the 1 seed, despite all of my criticisms with this team, I do have the Phoenix Suns being the number 1 seed. I do have the Phoenix Suns as the number 1 seed. I need y'all to understand, any reservations about this team that I have is primarily based off of their playoff success and their playoff ceiling. I still do expect this team to be a championship contender. I still do expect this team to be a great team. And that's why I have the Suns as a number 1 seed. That's why I have the Suns as a number 1 seed. Moving on. Now, mind you, again, this is just based off of just regular season standings. Because some of these picks I'm going to make motherfuckers will really be mad at. But let's move on. Moving on to my 2 seed. I have the Los Angeles Lakers. I have the Los Angeles Lakers as the 2 seed. I really love what the Los Angeles Lakers have built post-trade deadline. I love a lot of their signings this past offseason. I love the internal developments that they've been making. I think LeBron and AD, they're going to have their healthiest season since 2020. Now, I do think that a lot of this is going to depend on the health of Anthony Davis and LeBron James. And maybe this is me having blind faith, because it is. But yes, I do have the Los Angeles Lakers making the 2 seed. Getting the 2 seed. I like that right there. Moving on. I guess it gets harder for the people who thought I was playing it safe. I'm not. Moving on as the 3 seed. I got the other LA team, the Los Angeles Clippers. I got the Los Angeles Clippers as the 3 seed. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Listen, bro, I told y'all. Y'all need those hot takes for those great I told you so's. And this is my hot take. Now, mind you, during our playback predictions, I didn't even have the Clippers in the playoffs, but after really thinking about it, I really think the Clippers are going to have a great regular season. I'm going to tell you why. I, for one, they got a deep-ass team. I don't know if y'all have looked at their depth chart. The Clippers got a lot of fucking talent on their team, dog. I ain't gonna lie. And I don't know. Maybe it's just me being too optimistic, dog. But I really think Kawhi Leonard and Paul George are going to have their healthiest season as well since 2020. I'm going to keep it a bean. I think that whole load management thing has, and they've seen it internally, has not gone the way that they think it was going to go. And I think this upcoming season, now we'll see how it actually plays out. But I do think that they're not going to load manage Kawhi and PG as much, and that they're actually they got a new stadium. They're trying to get as much people in those seats, establish a new culture for the LA Clippers around Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, and I really think they're going to try to gun as much as possible in the regular season for a high seed. Because I think they have an actual incentive to get fucking people in those seats and get excited. You know what I'm saying? Now, again, the playoffs are a whole different story. The playoffs are a whole different story. But in the regular season, I am feeling more optimistic about this team. I am. Now, moving on to the 4 seed. This is where I have the Denver Nuggets. Yes, this is where I have the Denver Nuggets. Suns as the 1st seed is disgusting. Jesus Christ. I think the Denver Nuggets, do not get it twisted, are still a championship level team. They are still a championship caliber team. However, these rankings are purely based off of regular season records. And I do think this upcoming season, they are going to miss the depth that they had last season. And even last season, as we got into the playoffs, we saw that their depth isn't even that good. And shout out to Gengar for the resub. I appreciate you. You're crazy. But for the Denver Nuggets, I really do think in the regular season, depth matters a little bit more compared to the playoffs. And they're going to miss the depth that they had last season with Bruce Brown and Jeff Green coming off the bench. But again, don't get it twisted. I still have them being, a top seed in the West. This is not I had them as a 4 seed. It's nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? We've seen champions in the past go into the next season and kind of coast a little bit and be playoff teams. I think the Denver Nuggets are going to be one of those teams. They're going to be a playoff team. You know what I'm saying? They're going to coast a little bit in the regular season. And also, I do want to clarify, I do not think the gap between records is going to be big in the West. As we will see with the next upcoming names, I would not be surprised if the number 1 seed in the West had 54 wins. This is 52. This is 52 as well. This is, 50, 48, 48, 47, 46. You know what I'm saying? So don't get it twisted. This is not a power rankings. This is just, by the time that 82 game season is over, what is that standing looking like? So I, just based off of these factors, I do have the Nuggets slipping down a little bit. And moving on, I do have the Sacramento Kings at the number 5 slot. Now, I will say, I haven't seen the Warriors yet. Again, just keep in mind what I just said about these standings. I do think they're going to be close. And I do think some teams they're better suited for the regular season than the playoffs. I think De'Aaron Fox is going to improve on what they had last season. I think Domantas Sabonis is going to improve on what they had last season. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like this upcoming season, the Clippers are going to be more of a factor in these seedings, and the Lakers are also going to be more of a factor in these seedings. So that's why I have the Nuggets moving down. But in terms of talent, I think the Nuggets are the Kings, are still going to be up there. They're still going to be a competitive team. They're still going to be in the mix and the same in the same tier as a LA Clippers, as a Denver Nuggets, as a Sacramento, as the Golden State Warriors. I think they're going to improve on what they had last season. However, just regular, just seeding wise, I feel like they're just going to take a little bit of a dip. You know what I'm saying? Moving on to the number 6 slot. Let me just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is where I have the Golden State Warriors. Right here. I think this is a team that isn't going to have as slow of a start as they had last season. I think record-wise, they are going to be better. But in terms of seeding, I think this is where they're going to stay. I ain't going to lie. Just based off of how the market is going to move, I think the Golden State Warriors are going to stay where they're at. I am actually, now that I'm seeing more footage, now that I'm kind of, seeing the vision actually play out in person, I am actually more optimistic about that Chris Paul trade than previously speaking. But yeah, I think the Golden State Warriors are still talented enough to be a playoff team with Steph Curry, Klay, Draymond, Andrew Wiggins, now Chris Paul, Kevon Looney. I think GP2 is still on the squad. Like, they're still extremely talented. So I don't have them missing the playoffs. Now, again, the playoffs is a whole different discussion. And I do think other teams are going to be gunning in the regular season more than the Golden State Warriors, like the Phoenix Suns, like the Sacramento Kings, like the LA Clippers, and honestly, like the Los Angeles Lakers, who I believe really, you know what I'm saying, really want to get a higher seed this upcoming season, really reestablish that winning culture, that dominance, that league-wide dominance that they used to have in 2020. But yeah, I think the Warriors are still gonna have a cool little season. Can never count out Steph. Oh, they also got Kuminga. I forgot to mention Kuminga. So they got talent on them. And I'm gonna be honest, like I said, because of how close these standings are gonna be, I wouldn't be surprised if the Golden State Warriors ended up with the 4 seed. I wouldn't be surprised if they ended up with even a 3 seed, to be honest with you. But just to establish things, I got the Warriors at 6. At 7. At 7, I got the Oklahoma City Thunder right here. I ain't gonna lie. If we talk about a young team that got aura, it's the Oklahoma City Thunder. I'm gonna keep it a bean. And I'm gonna keep it a buck. I wouldn't even be surprised if they got that 6th seed over the Warriors. Because I think this is genuinely a team that's going to be gunning in the regular season. They want that leap year. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to be a fringe play-in team. They want to be a playoff team. And I'm honestly, I'm looking at it right now. I would even go as far as to say they're going to have a better regular season than the Golden State Warriors. Deadass. I would even go that far right now. So let me go ahead and switch up these standings and put the Oklahoma City Thunder at 6, bruh. I ain't gonna lie. I think they're going to be gunning in this regular season. They honestly have a lot of depth. They have a lot of talent. I think SGA is going to have a monster season. I have them as the third, coming in third in the MVP rankings. Now, looking at these standings, 6 might not cut it. So that's where Tatum comes in. But I think, if they get a 5 seed, shit might shake up a little bit, man. You know what I'm saying? Chris John for $3. A Lakers versus Warriors playoff rematch would be legendary. Would it? I feel like the first one wasn't even as good as motherfuckers made it seem. Like, it was a good series, don't get me wrong. But I don't think it was the series with animosity that people were expecting. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, yo, Solo, that's what I'm saying, dog. Look at how deep this fucking Western Conference is, dog. Look at how deep this West is, bro. We're talking about the OKC Thunder and the Warriors as a 6-7 seed. Like, that's crazy. And for this last slot, let me just remind you the people and the teams that are in contention for this last slot. We got the Minnesota Timberwolves. We got the Dallas Mavericks. We got the Pelicans. And depending on how you look at them, the Grizzlies as well in this slot right here. Like, that's crazy. That's going to be the 8 through 11. And I'm going to keep it a bean. Don't let Vic get one. Right? Don't let Vic be as unstoppable as he's looking like in the fucking preseason. Cause I ain't gonna lie, bro. Every single day I'm getting higher on Vic. Bro. This dude is special. This dude is really him. How can you stop him? How, Sway? How? And I think they found their new Tony Parker. I think they found their new Manu Ginobili. That's Keldon Johnson and Devin Vassell. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. The Spurs got some talent, man. And Vic is just, man. The Spurs, the Spurs. Now, for this last slot, I do have the New Orleans Pelicans making this last slot, okay? I think I'm being too optimistic about health at this point, but I really think Zion is gonna be back, man. I think Zion is going to be back. Maybe not 70 games, but I think he can give you a calm 60. Calm 65. You know what I'm saying? B.I. is going to be B.I. I like B.I. I like B.I. C.J. McCollum, I like him as a third option. Herb Jones? Who's that? Trey Murphy? Jose Alvarado? They got a calm little squad there in New Orleans, man. So you think Zion, PG, and Kawhi, and LeBron, and eight. Yo, maybe it at this point, I'm definitely looking at it. Someone's not going to be healthy. I ain't gonna lie. The fact that I'm banking on AD, LeBron, Kawhi, PG, and fucking Zion to be healthy, someone's not going to be healthy. Someone's not going to be healthy. But I'm going to keep it a bean. I kind of took that into consideration with this pick. Because if Zion is truly going to be back, if Zion is going to play 70-plus games, I think they can even go up to like a 5 seed, dead ass. But because that's iffy, that's why I got them at 8. That's a drop down to me. That's the drop down to me. You know what I'm saying? So, I definitely got the New Orleans Pelicans at 8. Honorable mentions, once again, if not New Orleans, I do have Minnesota taking that spot, depending on health. But I'm still, you know what I'm saying? Cat and Rudy is just Cat and Rudy, bro. Like, jeez. I do have Dallas in this mix as well, right? I do have Dallas in this mix as well. I have Memphis in this mix as well, but Steve-O is already out for the season. John Morant is going to miss 25 games. This might be a throwaway season unless one Jaren Jackson Jr. actually steps up for this team. You know what I'm saying? And last but certainly not least, the San Antonio Spurs. I sort of, I'm on the bandwagon, yo. I am on that fucking bandwagon, dog. I think Vic is gonna be crazy. Vic is gonna be crazy, dog. But yeah, man, these are my standings. Bucks, Celtics, Cavs, Heat, Knicks, Hawks, 76ers, Orlando. Honorable mentions, Indiana, Brooklyn, and Chicago. Out in the West, I got the Suns, Lakers, Clippers, Denver, Sacramento, OKC, Golden State, New Orleans, with Minnesota, Dallas, Memphis, and San Antonio as the honorable mentions. At this point, yo, chat, talk to me, man. Like, rate this list out of 10. Type shit. Rate this list out of 10. Come on, man. Hell yeah. I'm gonna put the list up right there. Boom. Let's see what we got. 2 out of 10. But Adam is a perennial hater in everything that Let's Keep It a Buck does. So I see that. Cool 8. Soft 6. All right. For everyone saying it's a 6. Can y'all show me a 10 list? Dog? Link me something. Link me a video that's a 10. Okay? Because I need to see what that's fucking looking like. That ass.